what's going on? Kyo-chan here, and welcome to my anime and manga pickups video for the month of July. I got a good amount of stuff to show you, so I'm going to get right into it. So first up, we got Honey Darling, which is a one-shot yaoi, and I absolutely love it. It's one of the cutest yaoi series I have ever read in quite a while. I wish there were more of it because it is just so wonderful. But basically, it's about this guy right here whose name is Chihiro, and he is just going through life without a purpose, just going day to day, going through the motions of life, and that's about it. He really doesn't care about anything. One day, he finds this abandoned kitten, and he decides that he is going to take care of it. One day, he comes home from work, the kitten isn't feeling well, and he starts flipping out. Then he meets this guy, who happens to be a veterinarian, and the two of them hit it off, and things go from there. It is just adorable. I love how the story progresses from chapter to chapter. It is absolutely fantastic. If you're interested in yaoi, I definitely recommend you guys check this out. Next, we got Sleeping Moon Volume 1, which is also a yaoi series. Basically, the main character of this series is from a family who is cursed. The male descendants of the original head of the family die at an early age. And the main character is trying to discover more about this curse and try to figure out how to stop it. While he's doing his research, he ends up going back in time to meet with his ancestors. And I think it's a really cool idea. It's pretty original, and I think it's pretty interesting so far, and I can't wait to find out what happens in the next volume. Next up, we have Midnight Secretary Volume 1, and if you love Demon Love Spell and Blackbird, I can pretty much guarantee you're going to love this one as well. Basically, it's about this woman named Kaya, who is going to work as a secretary for this guy. And when she gets there, she notices, he's kind of a flirt. He's always hanging out with these really beautiful women, and there's a lot of things being said around the office. One day, she finds out a little secret about her boss. She finds out that he's a vampire, and things go from there. She's blackmailed into remaining as his secretary. The two of them start developing feelings for one another. It's just a really interesting series so far, and I absolutely love it. If you are interested in shoujo series, I definitely recommend this one, and I can't wait to find out what happens in the next volume. Next, we have Demon Love Spell Volume 4. I love this series so much. It keeps getting better with every volume. In this one, we meet Kagura's relatives. Woohoo! More sexy men, you gotta love it. And there's a proposal, and things are just getting crazy, and I absolutely love every page of this series. I really do. I can't wait to find out what happens in the next volume. I really cannot. Oh, I love it. Next, we have Blackbird Volume 16, which is the item that I am giving away this month. So if you are interested in getting your hands on Blackbird Volume 16, let me know in the comment section below, and I'll put your name in the drawing for the giveaway. I have to say, I feel terrible for Misao. This is the second time I read this volume, and I have to say, she goes through so much. I mean, this poor girl, her life is heck. But in this volume, the emotions she goes through, it's unbelievable. Next, we have Kamisama Kiss Volume 12, and I just love this series. It's just another one of those really interesting shoujo series that are out right now, and I can't get enough of it. Next, we have Are You Alice Volume 1. It's another one of those Alice in Wonderland kind of stories, and I haven't read it yet, but it looks pretty interesting. Next, we have Ugly Ducklings Love Revolution Volume 1 and Volume 2. I've only read the first volume of this series so far, and it's a kind of interesting concept. Basically, the main female character, as the name of the title suggests, is an ugly duckling. She's fat, she's not totally attractive, but she ends up drawing all these beautiful men to her. And they're not attracted to her because of her looks, but because of her personality. And throughout the series, she is trying to fix her life. She's trying to shape up and, you know, become a better person. And I think that's a pretty interesting idea for a manga series. So I'm looking forward to seeing where the story goes from this volume, because I haven't read this one yet. But I'm looking forward to it. Next up, we have Beastmaster Volume 1 and Volume 2. Two's Lover recommended this series to me a while back, and I finally decided to pick it up at this year's Comictopia, and I have to say I thoroughly enjoyed it. The story itself is pretty short. It's only like 6 chapters, but the mangaka also included a bonus story and a short story that she worked on, so that's why these volumes are so big. But I have to tell you, everything in these volumes is very enjoyable. The story of Beastmaster is about this guy named Leo who goes into this wild man state whenever he sees blood, senses danger, or is just plain terrified. And the only person that can stop him is this girl. She's the only one who can control his urges once he goes into that crazy mode. And in reality, Leo is actually a kind-hearted, just gentle soul, but these things happen because he's lived in the wild for so long, because he was on the run, because people were after him. And that's all I'm going to say about it. But it's a really interesting series. I definitely recommend you guys check it out if you haven't already. Next up, we have Loveless, Volume 11. Gotta love it. You know, it's just cute, adorable, full of action, awesomeness. Next up, we have Naruto Volume 62. You knew I had to get some more Naruto. Naruto is one of my staple manga series. I absolutely love it. It is just amazing, and it keeps getting better with every volume. I mean, Madara craziness, Sasuke showing up, Toby, this stuff just keeps getting crazy. So, gotta love myself some Naruto. Next up, we have Strobe Edge Volume 5 and Volume 6. And the final manga pickup of the month is Kimi todoke Volume 10, Volume 11, Volume 12, Volume 13, Volume 14, and Volume 15. So I got 10 through 15. I love Kimi todoke. It's a very cute story, and I absolutely love it. Now on to the anime pickups. The first anime pickup of the month is Shotgun no Shana, the movie. Now I have a gripe with this only because I've seen the entire anime series from start to finish. What they did for the first half of the film was they summarized the first 6 episodes or so of the anime series, and they put that in the movie. Now, I think that was really repetitive and not the way to go for a movie, but that's the way they decided to go with it, so what can I do? But for those of you who have never seen Shotgun no Shana, I think this is a great introduction to the series. Even though it's the same content from the anime, it's a great introduction, and it pretty much shows you how the story goes. The second half of the film is brand new content. It's a whole new situation with Friagni that I absolutely adored. It went to show what kind of badass that he was, and just showed how powerful he was. And I'm just glad he got some more screen time, because Friagni was an amazing character, and I'm really disappointed they killed him off so early in this series. But that's the redeeming quality of this film, is that whole entire situation with the new animation and the new storyline. That kind of really brought it up for me. But if you've seen Shotgun no Shana before, don't shy away from the movie just because it's repetitive. It's still worthwhile to have in your collection. And for people who have never seen the series, it's totally something I would recommend to you, especially if you've been thinking about checking out the series for quite a while. Next up, we have The Garden of Words, which is the latest Shinkai film. I absolutely love this film. It's short, but the feelings you get at the end just hit you where it hurts. It really gets to you. And I think it's a pretty interesting little movie. Basically, it's about this young man named Takano who wants to be a shoe designer. He goes to high school, but on days when it rains, he decides he's going to skip school, and he goes to this garden where he draws and just admires nature. One day, he has this chance encounter with this older woman, and their relationship develops from there. That's all I'm going to say, because I don't want to spoil anything for everybody, because it is such a short film. It's very easy to spoil these things. But it is a pretty interesting movie, and I definitely recommend you check it out. I may give away a copy of this next month, so be on the lookout for that. Next up, we have the anime series Another. And this is absolutely insane. This is just a crazy-ass series. Basically, there is this class that is cursed. There is a phenomenon that happens only within this particular class, where an extra individual is put on the roster. And this extra person starts a calamity that just takes the lives of people that are in the class and their relatives. And that's just absolutely insane. So this series is just full of mystery, full of murder, full of all this crazy stuff, and they're trying to figure out who the extra person is, and they're trying to prevent the calamity from continuing. It's just epic and insane, and oh my goodness, if you haven't checked this one out, you really should. Next, we have Living for the Day After Tomorrow, the complete collection. This is another interesting series. Basically, it's a Freaky Friday kind of thing, but instead of their bodies being switched, their ages are switched. So you have this girl right here, her name is Kaneda, and she decides that she's going to make a wish on these wishing stones to be an adult, because she doesn't want to be a burden on her older brother anymore. And then there's this woman named Shoko, whose life is far from perfect, and she decides that she wants to pretty much start over and makes a wish to do that, and one day their wishes are granted, and Kaneda becomes an adult and Shoko becomes a child, and the two of them have to go through all these situations, and Kaneda actually begins to understand what it means to be an adult. And I think it's a pretty interesting series. It's one of those diamonds in the rough. It's a pretty interesting series, so I recommend you guys check this one out. Next, we have Eden of the East, King of Eden. This is the first movie that goes along with the Eden of the East series. And that's the one thing that bugs me about this series, is that they had the anime, they had the actual series, and then they made 2 movies. But the movies more or less could have been a continuation, so they could have separated it into a couple more episodes. I don't know why they did it this way, but hey, you know what? I loved it anyway. So basically, in this is the continuation where the series left off, and we have some more insane stuff with the Celisao, and it just is pretty interesting. It's just crazy stuff. So definitely check this out. And then we have the conclusion with Eden of the East, Paradise Lost. Now, the ending, I was not expecting that whatsoever. I didn't think they were going to end it that way. It was kind of, I thought more was going to happen. But you know what? It's still a decent ending to the series. So here's the final part. And I definitely recommend you guys check it out. It's still a very worthwhile series. Just full of mystery and just wonderfulness. And finally, the last thing I got this month was Sound of the Sky, which is another one of those hidden gems in anime. Basically, it's about this girl, and one day she runs into a soldier and is inspired to learn music, and she joins this company in the military with all these other maidens, and they basically go through life. They learn how to be soldiers, and they have all these other experiences, and it's a pretty interesting short story, 12 episodes long, so it's worthwhile to check out. So I recommend you guys check this out as well. And that is everything that I got in the month of July. Just remember, if you love anime, if you love manga, go out and support your favorite creators by picking up their manga, picking up their anime, and just supporting them, because without them, we wouldn't have any of this stuff. So that's my thoughts for this video. Hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you guys next time. Bye!